Sustainable development. Learning outcomes. A. Define sustainability. B. Explain sustainability based on Brundtland Commission. C. Explain the types of sustainable development. D. Describe the importance of sustainability. E. Determine how sustainability is important in any engineering projects. Introduction. Sustainability is the ability of an ecosystem to maintain ecological processes, functions, biodiversity and productivity into the future. For humans to live sustainably, the Earth's resources must be used at a rate at which they can be replenished. However, there is now clear scientific evidence that humanity is living unsustainably due to poor human awareness of our world's limited resources. Definition for sustainability. By the Brundtland Commission. Sustainable development is the kind of development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainability principles. Meet human needs fairly and efficiently. Effective protection of the environment. Wise use of natural resources. Reduce dependence upon fossil fuels, underground metals, and minerals, synthetic chemicals and other unnatural substances. Maintenance of high and stable levels of economic growth and employment. Examples: strategic responses to sustainability. Waste elimination and reduction. Reduction of toxic dispersion. Enhanced resource productivity. Clean production processes, technologies and products. Increased energy efficiency. Closed loops, reuse, remanufacturing, recycling. Eco-design. Extended product durability, functionality, flexibility. Dematerialization, shift from product to service to information. Transparency, environmental and social reporting and performance measurement. Ethical production, human rights, workplace conditions and practices, safety, living wages. Importance of sustainability. Future generation depends upon it. All the choices that make today will affect everything in the future and need to make sound decisions at present in order to avoid limiting the choices of generations to come. Environmental resources are limited. Acknowledge the principles of sustainability to all aspects lives to ensure the needs of current and future generations will continue to be met. It refers to whether or not we can maintain our current use of our resources without running out. Extinction will prevail. In the past, the entire human population was small and civilizations had very few needs. At that time the capacity of nature to regenerate was much higher than the rate at which human beings used up resources. Types of sustainability. The 4 types of sustainability include human, economic, social and environmental. All 4 are required to maintain the entirety of life on Earth. Although interconnected, it is important to note the differences of each in terms of its nature and requirements. 1. Economic. The ability to support a defined level of economic production indefinitely. Economic sustainability is having a set amount of capital for a certain period. Must preserve all resources so that human beings in the future can enjoy them as well. To achieve this, we must regenerate our resources at a rate that is equal to or faster than our consumption. 2. Human. The very basic need of human sustainability is good reproductive health and safe childbearing. Those that reproduce have the responsibility of caring for the children, giving them access to proper education and promoting their health and wellness. The children should have enough skills and knowledge such that they can sustain their own way of life. It is at that point that they become considered as productive human capital as well as individuals that can go through the process of reproduction and rearing. As long as this process is maintained at a rate that all human systems can support, human sustainability should be no cause for concern. 3. Environmental. The ability to maintain rates of renewable resource harvest, pollution creation, and non-renewable resource depletion that can be continued indefinitely. It is important because it involves natural resources that human beings need for economic or manufactured capital. Materials taken from nature are used for solutions that address human needs. If nature is depleted faster than it can regenerate, human beings will be left without raw materials. It also involves ensuring that waste emissions are at volumes that nature can handle. If not, all humans and other living things on Earth can be harmed to the point of extinction. 4. Social. The ability of a social system, such as a country, to function at a defined level of social well-being indefinitely. Social capital is an important aspect of sustainability because it is through communities and civil societies that humankind can easily and inexpensively work together. Without proper levels of social capital, it can easily deplete and violence as well as mistrust can take over. When that happens, societies and everything else that depends on them will be destroyed. Through proper maintenance of an adherence to laws, rules, and values that societies have developed for the common good, social sustainability can be achieved. Sustainable development. It is a pattern of economic growth in which resource use aims to meet human needs while preserving the environment so that these needs can be met not only in the present, but also for generations to come. It has become a complex term that can be applied to almost every facet of life on Earth, particularly the many different levels of biological organization, wetlands, prairies and forests, expressed in human organization concepts and human activities and disciplines, sustainable agriculture, sustainable engineering, sustainable architecture, renewable energy and sustainable cities. Many sustainable practices are being identified as green initiatives. Example 1. Sustainable architecture. The design of sustainable buildings. To reduce the collective environmental impacts during the production of building components, during the construction process and as well as during the life cycle of the building. The design practice emphasizes efficiency of heating and cooling systems. Alternative energy sources. Appropriate building siding, reused, recycled building materials, solar technology, ground source heat pumps, wind power, rainwater harvesting for gardening. Two. Sustainable engineering. It is the process of designing or operating systems such that they use energy and resources sustainably at a rate that does not compromise the natural environment or the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Engineers should focus on processes rather than endpoints, as the solutions to engineering problems will change over time as our understanding improves because most engineers currently in practice have not been effective in making progress on some of the world's most pressing problems. Sustainable engineering is important so the world's engineers can start practice by making appropriate engineering decisions. Three. Sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture is a way of raising food that is healthy for consumers and animals, does not harm the environment, is humane for workers, respects animals, provides a fair wage to the farmer, and supports and enhances rural communities. Sustainable agriculture integrates three main goals: that is environmental health, economic profitability, and social and economic equity. A variety of